Hey everyone! If you don't know me, I'm Signal Ice, and I'd like to show you a tour of my private world that I've been working on in my creative world, creative engineering mod pack for Minecraft 1.20.1. This mod pack is an alpha mod pack, so you currently cannot play it, but beta mod. I'm planning to make it a beta mod pack after the YouTube for season 1 of creative engineering is done on YouTube. But I figured today I'd show you off my private world. So let's get started. So we'll start over here at the fountain. This was a village I found. Nothing really different about that. But these are the trading booths of the villagers. I do have easy villagers that could use the trading things, but I figure this is more friendly to them. I see I've got various different villagers. I've got photographer, farmer, a librarian, a trader llama here. Also, I haven't torn down these houses yet because, well, I'm not expanding out this way, so that's one of the reasons why. So I got another farmer here. I've got a armor, a weaponsmith. What's this guy? Gunsmith. A butcher. And that's all it's really that you can see from behind. Let's go around. Like I said, we have the cartographer, farmer, and librarian in front. And of course our good old friend, the trainer llama. I haven't torn down this one either, though it could be kind of useful for resources. And here is where I'm going to have my future enchanting setup for my, probably mainly for enchanting fishing rods and maybe tools with unbreaking. This is my villager breeder. If I need any extra villagers, I can just grab from here for extra trades. I got my market here with the swap-o-matic merchant for stuff that I need to buy, and of course to trade with all my villagers at once. I got this trading post set up here. Next to it, in the old engineer's home, I've got this alloy kiln from Immersive Engineering set up. And next to it is the pedestals. I've currently got gravel, sand, andesite, diorite, and granite here. And then clay, but that's mostly storage. I chose to get rid of the clay thingy because we don't need a ton of clay all the time. We have a cobble generator here for any cobble for any projects. Blackstone, netherrack, and basalt generators right here. There used to be something over there, but I moved it. These are also my 2 chests where I store mostly miscellaneous stuff. And this first building is my power station. It's fully powered, and it's cobble lava fueled. And you can tell from over here, I'm making 147 456, and I'm using about 7% of my power. So I got a little bit over 137,000 left over. But I have quite a few things. The reason why it's so low is because, well, I can turn stuff off via things. Anyways, like I said, these are not really used right now. There's just for temporary long-term storage so I can get something else in play. And here's my greenhouse. The way it works is these are botany pots, and then down below the items are sent via these pipes, although I still have to connect up that one with an iron pipe to this barrel. And obviously I've got to figure out some items in there, like to import to do storage stuff, but hey, that's going to take time. And I hope that you really like the andesite and granite flooring. And I use bricks for the main structure with logs where walls would stick out. Though I wound up changing it here with also logs stacked as the main supports with glass for a roof, because this is a greenhouse. It looks good. Hopefully ignore that. Doo-doo-doo. That's really important. Not that important. The next building is, of course, my main headquarters where I've got my refined storage stuff. This is my crafting grid here where I can see how much stuff I have. The pattern grid, a fluid grid, my connector for connect all the stuff up. I also have a cutting board from Farmer's Delight. My infinite water source that gives me all the water I need here. Stone barrel for any stone barrel recipes. Lava generator, which gives me lava for various recipes that need just lava. And of course, these are my create automatic things like my blaster, my washer, my smoker, and my haunter, as well as my 5x5 mechanical crafter setup for crafting. And of course, my millstone. So as you can see, I've used it to process rice, which I'm growing in the thing. And it's also for like excess storage. And then upstairs, currently is open to the thing. I have my bed and my cooking pot, which is making some beetroot soup for me to eat. Which is like a very good food because it gives you nutrition, comfort. It's not like it's like the pretty solid food. Plus it gives you lunches and stuff, so it's like a good thing. And it's actually cheaper to make the beetroot soup via Farmer's Delight than it is vanilla. And we have a stove with a skillet. Unfortunately, I haven't set up a source of automatic bread here in this world yet, so the beetroot soup and baked potatoes are mainly my main food here. I have a press here, which I also can swap out for my deployer when I need to make deploying recipes. Where's my deployer? Deployer's probably in storage somewhere. Or I used it for something. Probably the latter. Yeah, I think I used it for something. So I have to make myself a new deployer if I need to make stuff. But I've automated a lot of recipes in here compared to Netherworld. And this one is my main storage. It's all done via the functional storage mod. That's going to be for brown mushrooms when I get one. See, some things I have a lot, some things I don't. Some things I've had to upgrade with copper storage, but copper isn't exactly a resource I've got a lot of at the moment. I've only got, what, 180 copper? I use a lot of copper. See, I've also got other resources here, some of which have to still be processed, but yeah, precision mechanisms, that's what I've got a lot of. I've also got some soul soil in here, got soul sand in here, which is useful, believe you me. Because like this is my, oh yeah, next up is the processing factory, what I call the processing factory. This one first processes gravel and sand through the sifters to get resources for me. Anything that's crushed goes to the washer to get turned into nuggets and sent for storage. Anything that's not a crushed thing comes through this one. And also the soul sand. The results of the soul sand get dropped onto this conveyor belt and get sent into this chest for importing. Also, my blaze farms and iron farms also send their results to this chest, so it can be quite busy. I've got a stack upgrade in that just to make sure I can keep up. The next thing over is where I'm producing all my bricks. As if you can't tell, I use bricks for most of my builds. The next one over is making dried kelp. But right now it's like kind of stopped because I have to fix my storage system, but I'll do that off camera. I'm just doing a tour here. Then the top level of this thing, I'm making stone, smooth stone, bricks, and andesite alloy. I actually use quite a bit of andesite alloy, so I was very happy to have that automated, believe you me. Then the next factory I built was this one over here, which is my lumber mill. It turns bamboo into bamboo blocks, strips bamboo blocks, strips oak, and strips jungle. And the stripped oak is also sent over here to be turned into planks, which I have a fair bit in there still. The limit I usually set for storage for items which are going to be produced in bulk is 1600, although some things I've set for lower numbers. This is my shaft and cog factory next. And obviously the first one is producing shafts, small cogs, and big cogs. And again, they're set at about 1600. Whenever it's above 1600, it stops them. If it's below, drops 1600 or below, it produces until the number goes above. Then this one was after that, I think. Yes, this is haunts sand into soul sand for my sifter, so I can sift, get quartz, also get gas tiers and experience nuggets. This one turns blackstone into magma blocks, and this middle one turns this magma, washes the magma blocks, and gets me obsidian. It's pretty the obsidian one is pretty slow because of this, even though it does have a magma block underneath it, which gives a burn rate of 8. But you need, like, I think it's either 500 or 1,000 millibuckets of lava. 500 millibuckets of lava to produce one magma cube. So that's a pretty slow process. Same as the soul sand maker. Was at least, but now it's faster. I managed to solve that problem. Next up is my brass and sheet factory. First on is making brass. As you can see, I'm using the porcelain crucible, which has a rate of 5 times, so it's like 5 millibucks per tick. But since it's only feeding one blaze burner, it doesn't really need to worry about problems like that. It's also got an iron thing, cobblestone, so it's like easy to keep up. This one's my first iron sheets, then copper, then I think gold, and finally brass. These are like lower, like I think above iron 28 or 256. I think is the number of sheets that I keep stored. Next up was this factory. First one is my cobblestone to produce iron nuggets and flint, as well as sand, gravel, and clay and flint. So yeah, I've produced a lot of flint. So I put a void upgrade on my flint because I don't need a ton of flint. I mean, I can turn flint into gunpowder, but that's the only real use for it. Then the next one is the cobblestone into sand with a trash can about right here to get rid of the clay and the flint. And then sand gets melted into glass. Again, that's set at the higher number of 1600. And of course, a stone brick factory, which I think produces about 1600 stone bricks. Yes, 1600 stone bricks. And then this crate sends it back to be stored in the main storage. And our last factory that I built so far, and the final place of our tour today, is my precision mechanism factory, which it's thanks to refined storage, makes it pretty darn easy. It just puts cogs, small cogs, big cogs, and iron nuggets above the proper drawer, which puts them into their proper deployer, which smashes them on the sheet. Anything that's not an incomplete precision mechanism will come through and get sent to storage. That includes precision mechanisms and junk, whereas the incomplete ones come out this side, get sent to the chest for temporary storage. I mean, that's necessary just to prevent backlogs. And sends the incomplete precision mechanisms back through this tunnel to send them around. Because I gotta do it 5 times before it determines whether they either complete or they break. And that's the whole base. It's a pretty... I hope you enjoyed my base tour, folks. And my base tour, I'd say my base tour space is pretty simple, and like I'm trying to get as much automated as I can. Probably the next thing I'm going to automate is either the electron tubes and link tubes, as well as the rose quartz, polished rose quartz, and lava quartz and polished lava quartz. Either that, or I'll want to do my or I want to set up a process to produce sturdy sheets. That's also pretty darn important. Yeah, that's this whole base. It's nothing really else to show you. At least I don't think there is. There's nothing really back here. Pretty much everything. Yeah, and there's nothing back here. Obviously, I'm building in more of an industrial style, but with hints of steampunk. But that's because of the way the mod pack is. I've also like using the lanterns from immersive engineering for lighting whenever I can, or also lanterns from Minecraft for my lighting. I think they both work well together, as long as you don't have both in the same building at the same time. Like, which one has I think one of these over here has or is it somewhere down here that has those? Well, it was one of them that has those. Unless it's down here. Yeah, it's probably. I think it's this big factory that has those standard. That has those IE lanterns. Or is it upstairs? Well, I know that there's IE lanterns in here somewhere. Or I might be confusing my two worlds. Because I think I might have made IE lanterns in my other worlds, but not here yet. Yeah, because it's just standard vanilla lanterns in here. Right, I'm confusing my two worlds. Sorry, folks. But still, I like the lanterns. As far as I care, they are way better than these torches, so I am eventually planning to replace all these torches with probably hanging lanterns. And maybe add street lights and stuff so it's not so dark at night. I definitely want to finish this flooring of this. Right now it feels wrong, and I'd probably put a roof on that. Maybe put in I don't know if I want to put in a second level. I could, in theory. But that's something I would really need to think on. Because this trading hub is like awesome and I like it. At the same time, I don't want to, well, I forget how many merchants I have and how many merchants I don't have, but I have quite a few. But yeah, my plans for this are pretty simple. Also, it was in this world that I got the idea for this. And I found out the item pipe is actually better than the hopper for controlling cobblestone into a storage. Plus, you also don't want any of these pedestals nearby detector because they can also be stopped by a redstone. Something you might want to think about. Of course, I also I am considering speed upgrades so I can get more sand because, well, even though I might want to make concrete one day. And sand is probably an ingredient in concrete, I think. Yeah, this world has a lot more potential to go. I've got a lot of plans to expand, and well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of my private world. And it's called, once again, it's called Infinity Fields. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, folks, take care and God bless. Goodbye.